What's up everybody, it's Greg. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to make a coconut apricot candle. Crazy. Alright, let's get right into it. Let's go over the things that we're going to be using today. First, you're going to need something to heat your wax. Then you're going to need a heat gun so you can check the temperature on your wax. You can use any vessel you want, of course. We have a wick. We have our wick centering device. We have our wick stickers, fragrance oil, coconut apricot wax, of course, a scale, and last but not least, we have a little spoon. We're going to be using a hot plate for this demonstration, although it's my least favorite way to melt wax. It has a tendency to burn the wax, so if you are going to be using a hot plate, I suggest you watch it constantly, stir it constantly, and don't set it to the highest setting. Alright, while that's going, let's prep our jar. I'm using a double old-fashioned 14-ounce vessel. And we're going to be using high heat wick stickers because we are going to be heating this a little bit higher than soy wax and pouring a little bit higher than soy wax temperature wise. We're going to want to make sure we're using heat resistant wick stickers. And this is where the spoon comes in. You can take your spoon and just go ahead and press that tab down, make sure it's all the way down and stuck securely to the bottom. Some people like to leave it just like this, pour their wax, and then go ahead and add their wick centering device. Although I don't like doing that because this thing can have a tendency to fall. And if it does fall, I want it to fall into an empty jar, not a jar full of boiling hot wax. Alright, now our jar is prepped. Let's check on our wax, make sure we don't burn it. It's still going. Alright, we're at 212 degrees, a little bit over, but that's just going to be fine. We're going to take this off the heat, we're going to turn this off, and I suggest once you're done with this, unplug it, because sometimes you won't realize that you didn't turn this thing all the way off, and if it's not unplugged, it'll stay hot. I heard from stories. Alright, there's some debate over at what temperature is best to add your fragrance oil, and that's okay. Candle making is an art, and you have to do what works best for you. I find that what works best for me is letting it cool to around 170, 180 degrees. So we're at 180 degrees. I'm going to let this come down just a little bit more. And then we'll go ahead and add our fragrance oil. Alright, now we're going to add our fragrance oil. You're going to go ahead and use the scale to weigh out how much you need. I'm using 10% in this candle. I use 260 grams of wax. So I'm going to use 26 grams of fragrance oil. And I already measured it out. Alright, now we're going to add our fragrance oil and stir for 1 to 2 minutes. This ensures that our fragrance oil properly binds with the wax. Get it all. Now we stir. Alright, now that our 2 minutes is up, we'll go ahead and pour this into our vessel. Alright guys, now we're going to let it sit just like this for the next 24 hours while it cures. I prefer to have it in a temperature of around 75 degrees for the first 24 hours if possible. This will prevent cracking and dipping. Then you can go ahead and take your wick centering device off, trim the wick, put a lid on it, let it cure for about 2 weeks. Although this wax is like a fine wine, so the longer you let it cure, the better it's going to be. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Crazy.